99X in the Morning X, Barnes and Leslie. You know, Fram, the Morning X page is there for the people.
Of course it is. You can find out all sorts of things.
All sorts of things. Video content is there. We've got all the segments like we did the Best Night Out Tucker, that map.
Tell everyone about your cool map. I mean, it's the coolest.
Well, we've got that map for Tucker, but it's building with like all the other cities that we've done.
Yes.
Also a rock and roll road trip map. You can learn about the insurance deal I talk about on the air with gettingthering.com, which, by the way, insurance rates are going up, and there's no better time to check in on that right now. You can find all of that at the Morning X page at 99x.com.
Have you ever watched something that you knew nothing about, someone turned you on to it, and you were like, I had no recollection of this series? This happened to me over the holidays. A friend of mine turned me on to this series called Taboo. And it's from like 2017 with one of my favorite actors. I knew nothing about it, Tom Hardy. You know, Tom Hardy's, he's a great character actor, but, you know, he's in Venom. He was in Peaky Blinders. He's one of the writers of this with one of the writers from Peaky Blinders.
Never heard of it.
They haven't had a season 2 for various reasons. He's been busy. But if you are into Peaky Blinders, look up Taboo with Tom Hardy.
And a lot of people were.
Seriously, so Taboo. But also, you mentioned the other day you're not watching any of the... I'm watching all the Oscar movies.
You've done that every year for years.
Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer. So I'm watching all of those, and, we'll do our predictions. Or I'll do my predictions later this month. I can't see you sitting through Maestro. Let me just say that.
No, I'm knee-deep in Love is Blind. What does that tell you? Yeah, I'm not going to watch Maestro, but damn it, I will peel off 3 episodes a night of Love is Blind. It's better than ever, Fram. You were really missing. They won an Emmy for that show.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
It's really good. It's people that are in a box, basically, talking through the wall. And it's at the part where they go to Mexico, Fram. They go on their honeymoon, and then you find out who hates each other. It's really good stuff.
I'll just hear it from you.
I do want to watch that Mommy, Dead, and Dearest documentary on HBO about Gypsy Rose.
We have to watch that.
That came out 7 years ago. I mean, it's been out there a long time. And then there's one on Hulu called The Act, which is a scripted version. And I keep a little list on my phone. Also, Obsession on Netflix, I would like to roll into. But here's some stuff. We've both pulled a couple of picks for our January streaming picks. Looking for a good mystery, Fram?
Always love mysteries, dramas, mysteries.
I've got 2 for you. Jodie Foster is back. She's on the little screen this time, and Callie Reese with her taking the lead in True Detective Night Country.
Heard about this.
January 14th on Max, 2 detectives who investigate the disappearance of 8 men from an Arctic research station. The 4th season of the anthology crime drama is set in Alaska over the long, dark winter.
I'm working on this new case. A missing scientist. Found on the edge of the villages. Frozen solid. I need my help. I've seen that before. Years ago. Fine. I'm just gonna do this one thing. Work together to close this case. And that's it for the 2 of us.
It is.
So, you want in or what? Burnt eyeballs, self-inflicted wounds. Those men died before they froze. What are we missing here?
With someone out there on the ice with them?
The Night Country. It takes us one by one. This isn't going to be good.
There's no way that's going to suck because Jodie Foster doesn't suck.
I love her. I saw her in Naiad over the holidays. Great movie, too.
Next one is called The Woman in the Wall. Don't laugh at me. This will be Paramount Plus, January 19th. Ruth Wilson.
Oh, you remember her?
Yes.
From The Affair.
Yep. She discovers a corpse in her home. And Daryl McCormick as the detective who believes that she is responsible. It's an Irish thriller set against the legacy of the infamous Magdalene laundries, where young, unmarried, pregnant women were essentially incarcerated by the Catholic Church. This one's intense. Take a look.
I think my daughter is still alive.
If you continue like this, you could be hospitalized without your consent.
I'm not lying! tell what's real anymore. I have to find her. I have to find my baby.
I am not letting this go.
You think I'm so scared of you, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yikes! The Woman in the Wall, Paramount Plus, starts on the 19th of January.
Looks good. All right, well, check out this cast, Barnes. First, you've got Oscar nominee Austin Butler from Elvis.
Can that dude be any better looking?
I know. And he looks like Elvis. Barry Keoghan. It's a limited series, Masters of the Air, on Apple TV, January 26th, dramatizing the true story of the American 100th bomb group in the European theater of World War II. I mean, you've got Steven Spielberg attached.
Who?
Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks.
I've not heard of him. Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like previously the creating Band of Brothers, which people love, and The Pacific. Check this out. Again, Masters of the Air.
There are not many movies like this that I would get into, but man, Spielberg and Hanks?
Limited series.
How could you not?
Something big is brewing.
The 8th will be sending up the largest air armada ever assembled in the history of mankind.
Straight into Hitler's territory.
We need complete and total air superiority. That's the mission.
You might be the last pretty face I ever see.
What's the move? We lead our boys through it.
I think we may be done. We are gonna sit here and take it. We're gonna stick with our mission as long as we can fly.
We won't go without a fight.
Wow, intense. Apple TV, January 26th.
Yeah.
It looks great. Masters of the Air. Let's go over to Netflix now. In Good Grief, Mark, played by Dan Levy, finds his life upended by the sudden loss of his husband, Oliver. So in his quest for healing, Mark goes on this trip to Paris with his closest friends, Sophie and Thomas. Now, as they're exploring the picturesque streets of Paris, the trio confront some deep-seated truths, unspoken emotions in their little friend group while dealing with their own problems. Now, though Mark has to find it within himself to move on and grieve on his own terms, ultimately, time spent with those he cares about may be what saves him. Streaming on Netflix, it's called Good Grief.
We have been here for you. We built you the nest, and we sat on you for a year. It's time to hatch. We love you. This is us loving you.
It looks very heavy.
Yeah. Leaving you with one little wild card. Remember that movie Ted?
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah, about the talking teddy bear that's best friends with Mark Wahlberg. Well, Ted and John are back, and this time it's a prequel from original big screen creator Seth MacFarlane. It dives deep into the dysfunctional duo's 90s school days.
Oh, wow.
A raunchy prequel peek at how these two knuckleheads somehow ever made it through their painfully awkward teen years. All 7 episodes premiering on Peacock January 11th.
Well, I know I'm gonna be.
Hey, Dork, you bringing your dolls to school? It's the 90s. Times are changing. Sexual education. Let's start with masturbation. If you're going to assign homework, Johnny already did it this morning.
Hey, shut the f*** up, dude.
I have to say, just in general, Mark Wahlberg is sort of a guilty pleasure of mine. I love his funny movies. Did you see the one that's on Apple right now, Apple TV?
No.
The Family Plan?
I've heard it's good.
It's really funny.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I wanted to mention that one, because it is something, I mean, it did well the first time.
I know.
So there's your Morning X streaming picks for January. This is the original. It's 99X.